I've got the Mini 2 SE here, which is the budget-friendly drone that a lot of people have. And it's just clearly one of the most popular drones for its price point, for its size, for its weight and everything. Is it the right time to upgrade? And the main focus of the video is comparing these two here. The newly released DJI Mini 4 Pro. Should you get the younger brother that's the same weight point, similar kind of size, but packed with features? Or should you go for something a little larger like the DJI Air 3? Hello, beautiful internet family. My name is Dan Davis, and I'm the creative director here on DansTube.TV, which is Australia's #1 ranked drone YouTube channel. I'm also the course creator over on the Fearless Drone Academy, which is the ultimate online drone course for beginners. Let's quickly talk about the DJI Mini 2 SE to put this into perspective, because a lot of people have this drone. It's 799 Australian dollars for the Fly More combo. It weighs under 250 grams, has a 2.7K camera under here, which is quite a nice little camera system. Very tiny, portable, 12 megapixel stills. There's no obstacle avoidance on here, no active track or anything like that, but it does have a bunch of quick shot modes, intelligent flight modes, and it has a decent flight time of 31 minutes. It's also compatible with the previous Mini releases, so the Mini 2 and the Mini SE can use the same battery system in here and pretty much all the same accessories. So the Mini 2 SE does have a fair amount of versatility, and there's a bunch of different options out there for accessories and batteries. It has a range of 10 kilometers and is utilizing OcuSync 2, extremely reliable in the air. It also has a wind rating of level 5, so it can handle up to 38 kilometer winds. The camera is a 1/2.3 inch CMOS sensor with a fixed aperture of 2.8, and like I said, 2.7K up to 30 frames per second, so pretty usable in most scenarios. And you're also getting digital zoom up to 4 times if you use the full HD option, or 3 times if you're using 2.7K. That's the drone in a nutshell, and a lot of people already have this drone. It's an extremely reliable drone for its price point, and for most beginners out there, this is extremely usable. For 799 Australian dollars to get the Fly More kit with the extra batteries and everything else, it's a great deal. So now when we look into these two drones here, this is the Mini 4 Pro, which is, as the name suggests, a mini drone to the max, or to the Pro. You've got omnidirectional obstacle avoidance in here. We've got a 4K ready camera, vertical video that's native to the camera, so the camera physically turns, and a bunch of other things that I'll get into a little later in the video. Extremely reliable, and one of my favorite drones. This thing only just came out, and it's extremely impressive. And then we have the Air 3, which is a similar offer, but just in a larger body with 2 camera systems. So both phenomenal drones, and this will basically show you how far drones are starting to progress. And if you have something like the Mini 2 SE, you'll definitely notice a major jump if you get one of these drones. Before I go any further, I do have some exclusive drone bundles for my Australian audience over on the D1 Store's website, so check that link in the description below. Or if you're looking for something a little bit more tailored for your needs, reach out to sales@d1store.com.au, mention DansTube, and they'll be able to help you out with the best deal possible. I've also got some international drone deals below as well, so check that out and check out my link tree because it details everything down below. So now let's look into the Mini 4 Pro, which is, as the name suggests, it's a mini drone. It's in the same line of drones that the Mini 2 SE came in. Very similar form factor, but we've got some unique things going on with the Mini 4 Pro. It is a sub 250 gram drone, so it weighs under 250 grams, just like the Mini 2 SE. But as we open this up, you will see that it is a completely different camera system. It's capable of 4K up to 60 frames per second in HDR video. You can capture 48 megapixel stills. It can also flip the camera to capture vertical videos, so you get native vertical videos, 4K up to 60 frames per second, which is phenomenal. Like I said, omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, so the drone can see obstacles in every single direction, and it's just got so much going on here. It's a really impressive unit. So in terms of price, it is $1,699 for the Fly More combo with the DJI RC2, and that's in Australian dollars, and again, I will have some links below to check that out and get some awesome deals on it. But yeah, it's a really impressive camera system. It's a 1/1.3 inch CMOS sensor. It's got an f-stop of 1.7, so it's great in low light. It does have night mode as well, so you can capture some cool night videos, and just a really impressive system for what you're getting. For such a small body, it is packing quite a lot. Again, as you can see, the size is remarkably similar here, but it just has so much more going on than the Mini 2 SE. It's also got my favorite slow motion option, which is 4K up to 100 frames per second. I'm obsessed with it, and you can use pretty much all of the settings that you would want. Like if you want to track something in slow motion with vertical video, you can do all of that with the Mini 4 Pro. We've then got multiple battery options. So if we're to look at the Plus battery, this is going to get you 45 minutes of flight time, but it takes the drone over 250 grams. Now you can use the Mini 3 and Mini 3 Pro batteries, but if you do use the battery that is the sub 250 gram battery, it will take the Mini 4 Pro over 250 grams. So you actually have to buy a specific battery for the Mini 4 Pro, which is the standard battery, to make sure that it's under 250 grams. So you are getting 34 minutes of flight time if you just go with the standard battery, but just keep in mind the Mini 3 and Mini 3 Pro standard battery will take this guy over 250 grams. So you have to have the Mini 4 Pro standard battery to make sure it's under 250 grams, and then you get the 34 minutes of flight time. We're also getting OcuSync 4, which is really nice, 20 kilometers of range, and it can work with the DJI RC2. Really nice combo together. Quite impressed with these two. I love the upgrade to the RC up to the RC2. I think they've done a really nice job here, and the few tweaks they have done make it perform a lot nicer, and you also have antennas as well. So it's just a really nice combo with the Mini 4 Pro. Now let's jump over to the Air 3, because this is still one of my favorite drones, and it only just came out as well. It is hard to suggest which one to go for. I'll show you them as I kind of lift them up, and there'll be a bunch of video and B-roll to show you like what the drones look like and what the footage looks like and all that. But you will notice there are some similarities here between these two drones, but you do have to keep in mind it depends on where you live, because if you are in a country where you have to have a license if your drone's over 250 grams, for example, then something like the Mini 4 Pro is going to be a lifesaver, and you don't want something that weighs 720 grams like the Air 3. So in that scenario, you're probably better to get a smaller drone, but maybe you do have a smaller drone. Maybe, for example, you have the Mini 2 SE and rules and regulations aren't a problem. Maybe you have your license, maybe it's not as big of a deal in your country. So then getting something like the Air 3, these two are a really nice combo, because then you're getting a dual camera system on the Air 3, you're getting all the advancements that you're getting with this upgrade, and it's just a really great drone. I know it's a little bit larger, well, it's a fair bit larger, because it's obviously 250 grams, 720 grams. So the Air 3 is larger for sure, and you can see that in its kind of footprint there. But it's nice to have a large drone. You just notice that it commands the sky a little better. I find that birds don't seem to bother a larger drone. I don't know, just like the performance of it, the way it feels is slightly better. I mean, they all handle really well, but to have a larger drone, it definitely feels different when you're flying it. So the Air 3 will set you back 2,349 Australian dollars for the Fly More combo with the DJI RC2. And if you are looking for any deals or combos, again, they will be linked below to check that out for the Air 3. So 720 grams, and you are getting the dual camera system here. So the dual camera system is basically a wide angle camera and a medium telephoto camera system. So the wide is a 24mm and the medium telephoto is a 70mm. They're both 1/1.3 inch CMOS sensors, which is the same as the Mini 4 Pro, both capable of capturing 4K up to 60 frames per second, and you're also getting slow-mo 4K up to 100 frames per second. On top of that, you're getting 48 megapixel stills. So as all of that lines up, you can probably see that it's remarkably similar to the Mini 4 Pro. You're just getting two camera systems. So you're getting a wide, which is the 24mm, which is what you would have seen in most drone scenarios. It's just that wide angle. And then the medium tele, which is a 3x zoom, and it's just optical. So basically just, that's the point. The 3x is the focal length of it. You can then play around with digital zoom as well. The 3x native in that medium telephoto system is actually phenomenal, and one of my favorite systems, like one of my favorite camera systems on a drone. Just gives such a unique perspective, and it looks phenomenal when you use it. Some small differences between the two camera systems. The wide is actually an f1.7 fixed aperture, which is identical to the Mini 4 Pro, and the medium telephoto system is an f2.8 fixed aperture, and it is the same 3x system that we saw on the Mavic 3 Pro. So a really impressive system, and it's not dumbed down in any way. So no matter what camera system you're using, you can get the 4K up to 60 frames per second with the HDR options. Both drones, both the Mini 4 as well as the Air 3, actually have 10-bit color options, so that's really nice to have. have. And yeah, you're getting 4K up to 100 frames, you're getting all the options. So I love to actually see that, where it's like a fully like feature-rich offering from both camera systems. The Air 3 is OcuSync 4, so you're getting that 20 kilometers of range, and especially when you pair it up with something like the DJI RC2, it's a really nice combo. Like I said just before, I do love the DJI RC2. So these two together work really nicely. So you are getting 46 minutes of flight time from this battery system here for the Air 3. But something that's actually really cool is with the charging hub, if you have the Fly More combo, you can plug those in, and basically I can press the button and I can see what the battery readings are. So I've got, the majority are on either 3 or 2. And now what's really cool is I can press that button once so that it pops up with the yellow light, and then press and hold and it will go to a green light. And now what it's doing is it will start trickle charging. So you'll see that it will start putting charge into the battery that needs it the most. So we've got this one here with 3, passing it over to this one here with 3. So how cool is that? Like on the run, you can have this just in your bag, passing charge between your batteries, so you don't have to worry about a battery being down to like 20 or 30%. You know, maybe you got 2 batteries down to 20 or 30%, the other one's at like, let's say 80%, you can trickle charge into the 80 to get it up to 100, and it actually is such a phenomenal idea, and seems to be exclusive to the Air 3. So this is a cool feature that you're not getting on other drones. So far, you're probably noticing that these two drones are very similar. You're getting obviously a smaller body here with the Mini 4 Pro, but you are getting a lot of similarities here. Like I said, very similar camera system, similar offerings when it comes to video and photo options, very similar offerings when it comes to all of the features as well, which I'll mention very soon. But the thing that's really cool is both of them have omnidirectional obstacle avoidance. So the Air 3, it's the first time an Air model has got omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, and for the Mini 4 Pro, it's the same. The first time a mini drone from DJI has got omnidirectional obstacle avoidance. Both work phenomenally well. I've done some tests on the channel, and I'm impressed with both of them. Both of them have some pro offerings. They've got waypoints, they've got cruise control, they've both got advanced return to home as well as night modes. And the thing that is really cool is that the Air 3 does have cropped vertical video. You can only go up to 2.7K, but it does actually crop it as a vertical video, so you can use it on socials. So 2.7K there, where if we look at the Mini 4 Pro, it can capture 4K 60 frames per second HDR video with that native vertical video, because the camera physically flips. It's not cropping it, it's actually flipping the camera. So that is a big calling card on the Mini 4 Pro. You're also getting a new feature, which is Active Track 360. With Active Track 360 degrees, it basically allows you to get the drone to track you in 360 degrees. So the Air 3 does have directional active track, and basically both of them have APAS 5.0. They both have the point of interest and spotlight features, which are all tracking modes under the focus track kind of umbrella. But the thing that's really cool is we're getting something unique here for the Mini 4 Pro. I know there are a lot of petitions out there to get Active Track 360 degrees over to the Air 3 and to the Mavic 3 series, but at the time of me doing this video, it's exclusive to the Mini 4 Pro. And I do have a whole video showing you how that works. I've also got a whole video on the obstacle avoidance and how the Mini 4 Pro can navigate around trees. But Active Track 360 degrees is a lot of fun. It allows you to track from different kind of circles, like an inner circle or an outer circle, and you can customize the settings. You know, if you want it to come in nice and close, if you want it to fly low, if you want it to fly further away or high up, you got all of those controls, and it is a lot of fun to see in action, and it works flawlessly. So the Mini 4 Pro is the latest drone that I've been testing, and I'm honestly so impressed by what they've done here. The Air 3, I had so much fun testing it, and I love the 3 times optical zoom, or the 3 times focal length of that 70mm. One of my favorite camera systems, period, on a drone, and it works phenomenally well on the Air 3 when I was tracking down whales. You know, to have that distance, but to still be able to get that crystal clear footage, just phenomenal, because you're not going to be able to replicate that. Even though you have zooming options with the Mini 4 Pro, which is digital zoom, the image is going to look a little bit noisy, and yeah, the quality dips when you use digital zoom. So really, both phenomenal drones. I'm quite impressed though by the Mini 4 Pro, because as I'm talking through this and remembering my experiences with both, the Mini 4 Pro does have a lot of what the Air 3 has. Even though this is more of a pro drone because it's more expensive, it's larger, it has a dual camera system, the Mini 4 Pro has pretty much everything that the Air 3 has, plus it has more. because it's got the native vertical video option. So that's a big calling card. If you want to do vertical video, you're getting 4K up to 60 frames here. You're only getting 2.7K on the Air 3. You're also getting the Active Track 360. So that's a big calling card. And then to have a drone under 250 grams is huge for so many people out there, especially if you want to fly without worrying about, licensing and registration and rules and all that kind of stuff. Like, you obviously need to follow rules and regulations, but with a lighter drone, a lot of the time you don't have to worry about that other stuff, In a lot of countries, especially, this drone, you can get away with flying it without having a license. I would always suggest though, like, checking the rules and regulations for your country, but I think by the time I've gone through everything, the recommendation is leaning more towards the Mini 4 Pro. It really is, especially if we're putting it in context of like, this is the drone you have and you want to get yourself something new. Going from the Mini 2 SE to the Mini 4 Pro is such a leap, but it's also such a similar experience, right? It's a small drone, nice and easy to transport. You don't have to worry about having a larger bag necessarily, but it's got everything you need plus more. Like, it's got so many pro options in the Mini 4 Pro, and it will be a nice upgrade from something like the Mini 2 SE. I would say the Air 3 though still definitely has a place for a lot of people, especially if you have something like, let's say you've got like a Mini 2 that's capable of 4K. Maybe you do have a Mini 3 Pro or a Mini 3 and you want to get something larger because you are like a licensed pilot, or maybe in your country the rules aren't as strict. Then getting something larger like this, you will really enjoy flying something larger. It does feel different. Having the dual camera system does feel completely different and opens up like a creative playground because it's a different perspective. It just looks so unique and you can't replicate that with digital zoom in any way. So it is a phenomenal jump with that 46-minute flight time, omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, all of it. It's got so much going on here. It's such a pro offering. And I think the Air 3 still is a worthy upgrade for a lot of people. But I would say for most people, to save that money, to have a small form factor like this with all of those pro features, I feel like I'm leaning towards the Mini 4 Pro as that perfect upgrade point, especially if we're talking about the Mini 2 SE, even like the Mini 2, Mavic Mini, anything like that, even Mini 3. Like, this is such a large upgrade. You're getting so much here. So I'd love your thoughts. Let me know what you think. I'm leaning more for the Mini 4 Pro for most people. I think the Air 3 is a worthy upgrade for a lot of people as well though. Let me know your thoughts. I will chat to you very soon and have a phenomenal day. Peace out.